And I think we are live. Hi, everybody in the online session. Can you all drop a message on the chat if you can hear us? Yep. Yes, we are online. Perfect. Yeah, Adi, do you want to begin with the intro and then we can. No, no, we can hear you guys.
Yeah, can you hear and see me fine?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. Hi everyone. Thanks so much for joining in on a Saturday morning. First of all, before I even begin, huge thanks to the Dhan team, especially Shraddha, who's been helping us all throughout in pulling this off. But just wanted to say a big round of thanks to the entire Dhan team. For everyone who's joining in for a product teardown for the first time, we run a community called the Product Folks. It's one of the world's largest product communities now with over 200,000 plus members. We do a ton of different things, and Product Teardown is one of them. We want to build this ecosystem together wherein we bring in the brightest minds in the country and take in companies like Dhan who have solid products built in and try and bridge the gap between both, right? So thanks so much for joining again. Super excited to see all of you present today and all the judges here along with me. Super excited here. So let's begin.
Perfect. I think just to give a bit of intro to everybody about product teardown. So this is something we've been doing it for a while now. We've done session every month, and we usually partner with companies. They give us their problem statements, and we open it up to all our community to participate. And we've had a lot of success over the years. There are many people who have got hired. Many people who have won multiple teardowns, so keep a lookout for the next teardowns as well. And this time we had Dun partner with us. So we have the Dun team offline, and this is the first hybrid setting that we're doing for the teardown. Maybe Abhishek, you can give us a bit intro about Dun so that if you just.
Yeah, just give us a minute.
Yes.
I think if we move this laptop around much, we can just keep it at our distance maybe.
I think we'll have to use the mic because the audience cannot hear us.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello everyone. Am I audible? It's plugged. Yeah, just. Oh, this one. Okay. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Am I audible? Yeah. Thank
Yes.
you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Anirudh. I am a senior PM at Dhan. I have with me Pranita Joshi as well here. So, and we have our founder and CEO Praveen as well.
Hi everyone.
Yeah. So, for everyone who has joined in, a bit of background about Dhan before we begin. So, Dhan has been into the investment space for about close to about 3 years now, 2.5 years. We have always been focused towards building a better experience for the super traders and the super investors in the country. Over a period of the last few months, we have done a couple of things which have attracted a lot of traders into Dhan, and we also have a vibrant community for everyone. So similar to what you have here, the product folks, we also have a community called Made for Trade. So where all the traders and all the investors across the country come into Dhan. They discuss about the markets. And Dhan, the way we feel about Dhan is your partner towards a better wealth creation, as well as a better focus towards more trading and investing uh, that can help you uh, understand the markets better, or even help you in your daily trading life. So that is how we feel about that. For this teardown, as some of you might be aware, we have recently also launched mutual fund. We had a mutual fund for early access. We've recently come out of early access, and it's available for everyone to use right now. And I'm sure once we begin the presentations, you would also hear about the problem statement that all of you are trying to solve here today. But yeah, so that's about it. Excited to hear all of you today, hear all of your solutions, and yeah, we can get started with that.
I think just I'll not add much. Okay, just a bit, which is very important to our journey of building Dhan. I think it's one of the only products in India. It's one of the only products in India that's built very very closely with users. Just to give a context, we launched in November 21, and the first 6 months of our product journey or the entire journey of the business was hardly nothing. We hardly had any users. We realized that investors, traders don't need another platform. And from that point onwards, we actually went across India, met 5,000 plus investors and traders in person, and got feedback from them. What is that they're really missing in the products that they are using and the platform that they are using? So it's a product. What you see today on Dhan, it's 90% based on the feedback that we get from our community of traders and investors. And we literally, if you look at all the features that we've launched over the past more than 2 years now, I would say almost 10% are our bets, and 90% is because of the interactions that we had with users in person, virtual, and all. Like product folks, we also run a very active community of non-users, almost 10,000 users now, who proactively help us giving ideas about features, what are the ones that they like, and obviously building somewhat in this community also brings a lot of critique to the journey. As a PM, as you would know, your users are the best. Best feedback givers to you in building journey. But there's always a point of how do we prioritize something over others. Okay, so while we get a lot of appreciation, we also get a lot of requests from our users because sometimes their features don't get prioritized and all, and we hope over this next few months, okay, we should be able to build a concrete product. I think this is the first time ever that we actually are reaching out to a community of folks outside of Dhan or Dhan users, and it's a real uh, live use case that we are putting up front, a product which is built from traders for traders, okay, for a very very long time, introducing a feature for the first time or a new business line for the first time about mutual funds. I think very thankful for the response that we have gotten till now. If I recollect, I think there are 100 plus presentations and 100 plus teams who have contributed. We had a tough time selecting the five who are presented out here. But if anyone would want to get feedback from us about their presentations or our thoughts on what is that we liked in that, what is that we did not like that, okay, feel free to reach out to us. Our credentials are fairly public. You can reach out to us. And I am known for my team to give the harshest feedback about product. Okay, so you wouldn't hear something good, okay, if it comes from me. Yeah, that said, all the best to everyone who's presenting, and really looking forward for the next few hours.
Okay. Can we go ahead? Yeah. Thank you so much. You guys can hear me, right? Abhishek, can you confirm if you can hear me? Okay, I think there is some issue. No, I know the people online can hear us, but we're just waiting for the offline people to confirm if they can hear us.
Just give us a moment,
Yeah, we
Shamita.
can
We are
hear you.
just setting up. We are able to see and
Yes.
hear fine.
We are able to
Uh,
hear you guys fine. I don't know if you guys can hear us.
huh. We can hear you. We are
Okay.
just waiting to set this up well.
Yeah, I think this is good.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, perfect. So we have around Okay. So we have around 75 people joining us online today. So thank you guys for joining on a Saturday morning. And there'll be a couple more, I think, joining offline as well. And I think, like PJ said, we had a lot of decks. We had around 800 registrations. We had around 100 decks, and it was very hard to finalize top five. So congratulations to all the finalists. So I'll quickly run through the rules of today's teardown. So you all are aware, and you'll make sure you know the rules. Okay, so every participant who's coming up to present, please make sure you have your camera and mics on. And the present, we'll be picking the participants to come on stage randomly. We have a pick a wheel, and all the six finalists are names are there, and we're going to be picking randomly. Once your name is Okay. Once your name is picked, you guys should come on stage. People who are online, please raise your hand. We will bring you on stage and you'll be able to present your deck. And once you start your presentation, we will start the timer. So you will have 6 + 1 minutes of presentation. At 6 minutes, we will give you a warning that you have last 1 minute left. And after 7 minutes, we'll give you a hard stop, after which you need to stop your presentation. After which there's going to be a round of Q&A from the judges, and after that you can go off stage. And this is how the flow will go. I hope it's clear to the people offline and online. If it is, just give us a thumbs up. Okay, perfect. So Adi or Abhishek, can we start? We'll start the pick a wheel. So we're going to be picking a participant based on which name comes up, and they'll come on stage and present. Is that okay? Can't hear
Yeah,
them.
yeah, that
Yeah,
works.
Yeah,
That
yeah, that
that's
works.
fine.
works.
Okay,
Yeah.
Fine.
perfect. I'm sharing my screen. Sanchit and Shriya, can you guys raise your hand? You will be the first participants. You can come on stage. Okay, Shriya is here. Hi, Sanchit. Hi, Shriya. Can you guys hear us?
I can hear you fine. I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi Shamita, hi everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes. Hi, Sanchit. Hi, Shriya. You can give us a quick intro about yourself, and once you start your presentation, we will start the timer. So take your time.
Hi everyone. I am Shriya. I'm based out of Delhi, currently working in Mumbai. I am a 2023 MBA grad alongside Sanchit. So, Sanchit, you can go.
Yeah. So hello everyone. Like Shreya, I'm also from Delhi and I did my MBA from NMIMS Mumbai in 2023. I'm working as a project manager in Cisco for the last 1 year, and I'm slowly trying to transition to product management. So yeah, that's about me.
Okay, if the judges are good to go, they'll start their presentation.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Shreya, Sanchit, you can start. Once you begin speaking, we're gonna start the timer.
Sure.
Is there any issue?
Yeah, it's not giving the option to share the PPT PowerPoint. I think I might need to download the PDF. Uh, just give me a minute.
Shreya, you can try sharing this
I'll try once. So it says select a PDF file from your computer to present to your audience. I think it's a similar issue that Sanchit is facing. We both were prepared with a presentation. We thought we'll present it through a PPT.
You should be getting an option.
No, I think there's no option to present it as a PowerPoint slide. Mm,
Okay. 1 second. Okay, I'm attaching your PDF on the chats. Please open it. Shreya and Sanchit have sent the PDF on chat. Can you open that? Okay. Are you good to go?
Yeah.
You're on mute
Yeah,
though, Sanchit.
Yes. I think we can go. Sanchit, can you confirm?
Sanchit, you're on mute. Shreya, maybe you can begin.
yeah. Sorry. While presenting, I'm not getting the option to unmute myself, so I'll share again. I'm
Yes.
sorry about that. I hope the screen is visible, right?
yes.
Not yet.
Yes.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. Could you give us a cue to start and then we can start?
Yeah, you can start. Nakshi, you can keep the timer. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, good morning to all. I'm Shreya, and today I'll be presenting the Dhan app teardown with my teammate Sanjit. We both are currently pursuing our love for product management, and we'd like to thank the folks at Product Folks for this opportunity. And we're very excited to showcase our teardown in front of the esteemed panelists. We'll start with the problem statement teardown. Looking over some data points, we saw that the current user base of Dhan is approximately 0.5 million. Sanjit, could you change the slide?
Sure.
Is 0.5 million, and for mutual funds it's approximately 0.1 million. So even if the user growth rate is 100%, given that it's a relatively new company, the target couldn't be met focusing on the product side. Hence, marketing led growth is needed to increase the total user base on the app, accompanied by efforts to educate the current non mutual fund investors to invest in mutual funds. We also saw that positioning needs to be changed to engage more long term investors on the platform. The current positioning is set to be for traders. So moving on to the comparative analysis, we conducted an in-depth comparative research, choosing a mix of apps, some focusing specifically on mutual funds and some catering to all investing and trading opportunities. Few of the opportunities that Dhan can have from this competitive landscape were comprehensive advisory services, tools like SIP calculators, enhancing user experiences, providing advanced market analysis tools, simplifying the user interface, and offering seamless technical experience. Now, after doing some extensive market research and conducted one-on-one interviews, we understood that there could be three types of users. The first being the new investor, someone who's young, recently started working, and has a basic understanding of financial planning, new to investing and looking for safe and simple ways to grow their savings. The pain points that we identified were lack of knowledge, them having trust issues, and needs step-by-step guidance and even personalized recommendation tailored to their risk appetite. The second is the switcher, someone who is coming from a different app onto the Dhan app because they are facing say they're frustrated with the current app's high fee, poor customer service, or even poor platform performance. The third was the Dhan trader, currently who's active on Dhan, focusing mainly on stocks. They're aware of mutual funds, but they haven't yet invested in them on Dhan. Now they have lack of information on mutual fund offerings on Dhan. They have a perceived complexity of mutual fund investing, or they need incentives to invest in mutual funds. Out of all the pain points highlighted, we boiled it down to a few which cater to our problem statement, which we'll discuss as we approach the solution. Now, we studied the user journey. We started from awareness, where we did a visibility study of the Dhan platform on various channels, and the key observations are there on the slide. We also came to the installation and the onboarding journey. The key takeaways were that the entire positioning and the app story revolved around trading, and there were no triggers for mutual fund investors in the entire flow. Lastly, the app exploration and activation. We found that there is limited visibility of the mutual fund feature on the first page without scrolling, and there was nothing from the trending words, no aha moments for someone who's coming on the app for the mutual fund, as a mutual fund or a long-term investor.
So moving on to the solutions, our first solution is the design optimization for the application. The objective behind this solution is to make the discovery for the users as easy as possible and change the positioning to cater to long-term investors also. So as already discussed in the previous slides by Shreya, the current positioning is entirely for traders. So we want to have positioning that is for investors also. Now for design optimization, we did a research and tried to identify that users generally search on internet when they are planning to buy mutual funds. So we had two major observations. The first is for that people search for the most popular mutual funds, and they search for tools like the mutual fund planner and the SIP calculator. So we propose these tools should be visible on the platform. They should have a much better visibility. Also, we propose slider banners or carousels in the front page of the application that should inform users about trading, investing, and categories like mutual funds without clicking on any button or going through any navigation. So according to our research, this is the fastest and most effective way to engage the customers on the app. Now, value for business for this solution would be the increased engagement, enhanced brand image, and higher chances of conversion. And for users, it will be easy navigation and effortless discovery. Moving on to our second solution, which is aimed at increasing the user adoption on the platform. So we have chosen corporate tie for this purpose. So Dhan can collaborate with the corporates to offer their employees of financial solutions as part of their financial well-being program. So some of the features would include a webinar and workshop for employees, tax planning, financial planning and advice, retirement planning, and budgeting tools. And it will offer Dhan a steady user acquisition, increase the brand credibility, access to internal communication channels of the company, and even access to direct user feedback coming from employees. Now, employers will have better financial wellness program and better employee satisfaction. And for employees, they'll get customized investment solutions and increase investment knowledge. Moving on to our next solution, which is goal-based investing. So, though mutual funds are relatively stable instruments, but the people who are new to investing, who are scared to put their money in the market, will always try to have a tangible risk mitigation strategy. And GTT for mutual fund is a solution tailored for them. Now, if we see a user can set the investment goals and tenure for a particular instrument that he invests through the app. Now, within the tenure, if the fund fails to perform as per the expectation set by the user, the sell call can be triggered automatically. And users would be informed about this along with the recommendation of similar products that have the potential to achieve the user's objectives. Now, this will give Dhan a major differentiator as no other platform is currently doing it for an instrument like mutual fund. And for users, it will eliminate manual tracking and it will provide a very good risk mitigation to them.
Guys,
Uh,
1 minute left.
Okay. So moving on to our moonshot solution, this is the Dhan gift cards, which is one of the gift card that will benefit both the users and the gift giver. So the card will be bought on the Dhan app or e-commerce platform with different denominations. The gift receiver need to use the code given in the card to redeem the money on investment made on the platform. The person who is gifting the card will have a 20% commission on each trade, which Dhan is already offering on referral schemes. So this will again give a differentiator to Dhan, as it is a new feature and not currently available in the market. Now, coming to the metrics, since the solution are mostly based on the user adoption and improving the user experience, the key metrics would be number of new users, sign up rates for employees, conversion of those employees, and adoption of gift cards. So these would be the major metrics. And now we did a analysis through RISE framework to identify the most critical feature. And our first feature would be the enhanced mutual discovery, followed by corporate partnership, then gift cards and goal-based investing. So our go-to-market strategy would be to.
Why is your time is up? Just wrap
Okay.
up quickly.
You
Okay.
can wrap up quickly, Sanjay.
Sure. It is the last slide. Yeah. So our go-to-marketing strategy for each of the feature would be to target, like for corporate would be to target the large corporations and develop the value proposition, and then then do a partnership with them. And for goal-based investing, what would be launch the feature and do personalized recommendation and continuous improvement for the product. For app-based optimization, we have a feature promotion, then curated listing, and then rebranding. For Dhan gift cards, it would be the platform availability where the gift cards would be available, and seamless redemption, and monitor and optimize after the gift card is redeemed. So that's all from us. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Sanchit and Shreya. On to the judges for any questions.
Hi. Thank you, Sanchit and Shreya. That was a very nice presentation. For questions, so I think you've given us a couple of solutions. Can you help us understand what is your idea of the contribution that is going to come from existing users vis-a-vis new users based on the solutions that you provided?
Yeah, so actually, if we see the goal of to put 1 million users for mutual funds, currently we see that there are currently 4.5 lakh active users. So our major objective is the user adoption on the platform. So we are trying to get the new users on the platform who would be specifically targeting investments, long-term investment, particularly catering to mutual funds and other investment options. So if we have a rough estimate, we'll try to have at least 85 to 90% of the users on the platform. Those are new. And for the remaining users who are currently trading on the platform, we'll try to give them better knowledge and awareness about the mutual funds so that they can also switch. But our majority solution is based on the new user adoption.
Okay. Thank you.
So I want you to take me through the GTT feature again, because
Sure.
I mean, if you could explain, because I have questions as to the flow. If you're aware of how mutual fund purchase actually works, do you think the GTT feature would work with today's regulation guidelines, etc., and the mutual fund flow? If you maybe tried to buy a mutual fund on Dhan, can you take me through that, please?
Yes. So the GDT would be customized based on the type of instrument, that is mutual fund. So as we know that this function could also, this trigger could only function at the end of the day. So let's say the user had set a value of the NAV, that if NAV, let's say, goes below 100, he wants to sell the mutual fund. So during the end of the day, if the NAV during that tenure, let's say 6 months, is lower than 100, then this trigger would automatically function, and the mutual fund will be sold, and the user will get recommendation of the similar mutual funds that in future have the capability to meet the user expectation or the return that he's expecting.
Okay. So there's two issues with this.
Yeah.
One is the fact that, I mean, I don't think for an investor, when he's investing, he cares about the NAV going below 100. That's not the perspective when someone's investing in any mutual fund. It could be returns, it could be investing in a certain theme, strategy, idea. That's one. So when you're trying to maybe build a feature like this, it's not really going to solve any problem for users, because that's not a problem at all in the first place. And the second thing is that today, for you to purchase or to redeem mutual funds, the process is that the user has to put an OTP. Without the OTP, the order cannot get triggered. So in that situation, something like this would not work at all, because we cannot trigger a buy or sell order for any investor. So that would not work. Just want to point that out. And yeah, I think that's it from my side. Thank you.
So Sanjit and Shreya, first of all, I think a very concise presentation, and I think you guys did a good job when it comes to the initial user analysis. Okay. See, my general feedback, especially when you're dealing with any product that deals with money, and this is feedback for all, is that the regulations, a lot that a product manager or a product can do in any financial services depends on the regulations, which is not the most important things that anyone in this space should look at. So, see, as PMs, okay, there are a lot of ways to deal with a particular problem statement. I think one of the things that you mentioned is gift cards and all. Okay, so there's a clear regulation that says that no, there cannot be any incentive for any investment. Okay, whether investing or trading and all. Okay, as a broker or as a platform, you cannot do any investing. That's first. Second, food for thought I leave for everyone is that I think there are a couple of other presentations that we saw when we were evaluating, where corporate events and goal-based investing was one of the features that were proposed to us. I will not give the answer right now, but I'll leave food of thought for everyone. Why is that we haven't seen a single company across the globe which has made it big in investing via both corporate events and goal-based investing? Okay, there are no companies. I have the answers, but I'll leave for a thought, or maybe we can put it as a discussion at the end of it. Largely, I think good thing in terms of breaking down how many users we have. Let's say 1 million users, 1 million users, 500,000 of them are investing trading, and monthly active users. Okay, I'm not sure when you got that, but 250K. But I think the biggest moat which you highlighted in one of your emphasis is how do you redesign the app? I would have preferred if you went deeper in that. Because today on a platform where you have 1 million users, there are very few platforms who come to that scale of 1 million users. Okay, so if your approach could have been, what do I cross sell to existing investors or existing traders who are already on the platform, and how do you build upon that? Okay, you were there in some point of time where you had mentioned the discovery part of it, but if the solution would have been a little more deeper on that side, we would really have appreciated that thought process. Okay, because to start a base of 1 million users is a big thing for any product and all. Okay, so that's limited comments. You can reach out to us for more detailed feedback on things. Yeah, but thanks for the effort. I think very good, very nicely put together. Sanjit and Shreya, both of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sanchit and Shreya. You can exit the stage. We'll quickly move on to our next participant. Mihir and Prakar. Can you guys raise your hands so we can call you onto stage? Hi, Mihir.
Hello.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
I'm not able to share my screen.
1 second, I'm sharing my screen, that's why.
Okay.
Yeah, can you see now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mihir. Hi, Prakar. You guys can give us a quick intro and then you can begin your presentation.
Sure. Hi, folks. Hi, esteemed panelists. I'm Prakhar. Was born and brought up in Jaipur, and I lived and worked in Mumbai for 5 years. And right now, I'm pursuing my MBA at ISB Hyderabad.
Hey, this is Meher. I was born in Chandigarh and I've lived all over India throughout my childhood and adulthood. I'm a PM by profession, and right now I'm pursuing my MBA from ISP.
Yeah, thank you, Mihir. Thank you, Prakar. Once you start your presentation, we'll start the timings. If it's good to go from the judges, we can begin.
Yeah, we can begin, but just to point out, Meher's mic, we're not able to hear her clearly. The Prakhar's
Mihir,
one is fine, but yeah.
Mihir, can you try speaking again?
I think there might be some issue with my internet connection, so Prakhar would be moving
Okay.
ahead with the presentation. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm ready to start. Should I go ahead?
Yeah, you can start.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Prakhar Chawla, and along with my teammate Meher, I'm excited to share our plan to grow Dhan's mutual fund investor base to 1 million MAUs over the next 12 months. Let's dive in. Our goal is to reposition Dhan as the go-to platform for long-term investors, focusing on both stocks and mutual funds. We've taken some assumptions, the list of which you can see here, and we can address them in detail in the Q&A if needed. Let's start by talking about the Indian investing landscape. Importing mutual funds from other folios is a common feature, but inbuilt SIP calculators are uncommon and goal-based investing is rare. This presents a unique opportunity for Dhan to take over a white space to differentiate itself by offering these investor-friendly features. Lastly, there is a month-on-month increase of 2 million broker accounts in India, indicating a growing market that we can tap into. To better understand our target audience, we identified 4 detailed user personas. Over here is a 30-year-old freelancer who actively trades stocks but is looking to transition to long-term investing. His pain points include finding essential features amidst the app's clutter. Another persona is a 24-year-old software developer with high income but no investment experience, who needs guidance on how to start investing. These personas tell us about the diversified needs and challenges that need to be accommodated, and these needs are the foundation to our redesign strategy. Now, imagine you are a new investor. You've just downloaded the Dhan app because you want to start investing in mutual funds. As a new user, you open the app and see the slogan "Made for Trade." This instantly makes you feel uncertain, as it suggests that the app is centered around traders, not investors. You continue with the onboarding process where you're asked if you want to trade, invest, or both. You choose to invest, expecting the app to accommodate to your preferences, but nothing in the UI really changes. This mischance of a personalized UI creates unmet expectations right from the beginning. Now, once you reach the home page, you see a plethora of features, an overwhelming excess of buttons and tabs. The default Traders tab is selected, which is irrelevant to you as an investor. You see various prompts to add money to your account, but you are yet to even see the mutual funds available. The clutter makes it difficult to find relevant information, and an initial portfolio value of ₹0 can be discouraging. This cluttered experience makes you wonder if you should move to an app centered on investors. All right, so now you've decided to make your first purchase. But once you place the order, you receive no acknowledgement. The all orders section doesn't show your order, which further panics you because you can see that your money has been deducted. The lack of clean feedback and unnecessary navigation steps required make you feel lost and uncertain about your transaction. Now, let's talk about how to make this new user's experience rewarding by moving on to the proposed solutions. Starting with the low-hanging fruits, first, we need to change our branding to be more inclusive. For example, changing the slogan to something like Wealth Simplified would resonate better with both traders and investors. Next, adding tooltips throughout the app will provide instant and contextual help, guiding users as they navigate the platform. Other small features mentioned here can also help users feel more confident about using the app. And adding these small UX changes can help us hold the user's hand through the complexity of investing. Moving on to the home screen, our home screen currently presents too many choices, and we have to remember that it is the first screen a user sees when they open the app. We propose adopting consistent bottom navigation to eliminate the separation between traders and investors, similar to what Swiggy does with Instamart and Genie. Via the feature of customizable widgets, we want to give control of the home screen to the user, similar to how Chrome lets you pin your favorite sites as bookmarks and design your homepage. Customizable widgets will allow users to add preferred sections like top movers in stocks or their SIP investments to their home screen for easy and convenient access. This will make the app more intuitive and user friendly by addressing the overwhelming options and confusing information architecture. Next, to guide users through the initial steps, we propose to introduce an onboarding checklist. This checklist will provide a clear path of action, celebrating each step with congratulatory prompts. After completing KYC, you will be guided to import mutual funds, add your first rupees 100, and finally make your first investment. The checklist will be dismissible once completed, replaced by the customizable widgets we proposed earlier. This feature will ensure that users feel guided and rewarded at the same time. Lastly, moving on to the last feature, investing can be daunting without a clear path of action. We propose building a My Financial Plan feature where users segment themselves based on risk preferences. This feature will help users set goals and receive tailored guidance. When users receive a personalized financial plan for free, it will provide them with a distinct incentive to use Dhan. We will also show progress towards goals, tagging investments as goal type and displaying them in the detailed portfolio view. Initially, we will use a rule-based algorithm to recommend investments and later potentially leverage AI to adjust portfolios based on market trends and changing preferences. This feature alone will personalize every user's investment experience. Now, let's talk about implementing these features. Using the RISE framework, we have prioritized our proposed solutions, starting with minor UX and copy changes, followed by streamlining the home experience. Then, we will implement the onboarding checklist and the personalized goal-based investment features. We have already noticed that the importing mutual funds feature is already in beta. We are confident in the success of features like UX changes, but for the checklist and goal-based investing, we plan to run experiments and assess their efficacy incrementally before committing resources. We
1
view
minute
these two
left.
features as long-term bets and believe they require a well-developed go-to-market plan. Finally, let us take you through the GTM.
Prakhar, 1
Prakar,
minute
1
left.
minute left.
To start with, we will launch these features to existing mutual fund users who engage with the app less than 5 times a month. By running an A/B test on the personalized goal-based feature, we can measure the effectiveness and refine it based on user feedback. If successful, we will include these features in the onboarding plan for all users. Moving on, starting with 120 million overall accounts, we observed a monthly increase of 2 million new Demat accounts across the market in India. Our projected market share growth starts with a conservative 0.01% and gradually increases to 0.1% in subsequent months. Leveraging our existing user base of 100,000, we aim to expand it to 1 million within a year by enhancing user experience and functionality through these feature-based interventions. This growth will be supported by continuous user feedback and iterative enhancements. In conclusion, our comprehensive plan focuses on three main areas: consistent navigation, a step-by-step checklist, and a personalized goal-based investment feature to enhance the UX. We believe that these changes will not only attract new users, but also retain existing ones by providing a rewarding investment experience.
Prakhar,
Thank you for
time
your
is up.
time,
Just
and we look
wrap
forward
up.
to your questions and feedback.
Yeah, thank you, Prakar and Mihir. Yeah, the judges, you can ask any questions.
Yeah. Uh, thank you, Meher. Thank you, Prakhar. This was a good presentation. I think what PJ spoke about earlier, that we like the part that you went into depth about the user experience. I think there's some disturbance. So my question is, I think again, your the GTM plan and your suggestion. I think going back to the problem statement, right? I think we mentioned about the fact that Dhan has made really a name for itself over these past few years, and which very well resonates with traders. And without alienating that segment, how do we, acquire and consistently engage the mutual fund user base? I think while your UX and UI changes kind of are geared towards that. But what I'm more interested in knowing from you is, like you suggested, some copy changes on Made for Trade and all of that. So in terms of new users, right? how do you? Is there any specific thing that you're planning? I think I couldn't see anything in terms of how you're acquiring, whether it's via referral or whether it's via some sort of product placement somewhere, or anything that you would like to. So have you thought about how you're acquiring those new users?
I'll take up this question. So, you're right in saying that we've not included like a proper GTM plan of user acquisition. Our assumption here is that since we are seeing like a month-on-month growth of 2 million in the overall DMAT account, if we are able to, keep up with whatever marketing efforts that are already going on in acquiring traders, we would be also able to tap into the mutual fund user base. So we've not specifically focused on the market led growth for the user base, and I mean most of it is kind of driven by these feature based interventions. But that being said, I think one white space could be that we could integrate the existing forum, which is made for trade within the app, which is definitely something that could attract new and existing users via network effects. I think the forum exists as a website, a standalone website. So one potential way could be for us to channel that audience to the app via the website.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I don't really have any questions, but I think that I just want to point out that this is very nicely done, very crisp, very doable solutions. Yeah, so good work. That's it. Thank you.
I think I just echo sentiments what Pranita and Anirudh mentioned. I think job well done in terms of attention to detail. If I'm correct, both of you are in ISB, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, I'll let me rephrase the problem statement. Okay, just to come back to you. See, our current product, like you mentioned, is trader focused. Okay, and in the last 2 years that we have been around, we've been able to gather a significant mind share of traders as well as significant business out here. Okay, but now that we're introducing a new segment, okay, let me just give another analogy to that. Like today, ISB as a brand appeals to everyone when they are aspiring to get into business schools. It's one of the top preferences of a lot of folks in India. Let's say tomorrow ISB takes a call, I want to get into biotechnology. Okay, you wouldn't recommend them to, hey, let me change the made for trade to be a made for wealth and also. See, branding changes are, to be recommended are very simple. But today, in an ongoing business where there are a significant number of users who resonate with them as made for trade, it's very difficult to change that just because you're launching a new product. Okay. Having said that, see India, like I said, okay, everyone who's sitting in this room, and I'm sure everyone who's on this call right now, okay, all of us are wealthy if you look at the definition of being wealthy in India. But none of us would want to acknowledge that we are wealthy. Okay, so being wealthy, okay, or well simplified, okay, is a lot of aspirational product. Okay, and the real wealth, like there are a lot of discussions that this can go endless. Moving that into say being wealthy is a very no to a lot of people who are starting to build that wealth. Okay, so that's my just 2 cents on the positioning part that we are trying to do that trend. What we would have loved a lot in this is how do you reach that 1 million mark specifically. Okay, having the assumption that this industry is growing and there are 2 million demat accounts being coming to the industry. Okay, every month, every quarter, whichever number. It also has to be understood that there are 300 brokers in India who are retail focused. So it's a very, very competitive industry. So because industry is growing and that's why we will grow, is not an assumption that we should hold in any way of any sorts. It needs hard work. So some work over here would have been really appreciated, but love the attention to detail. I think we got one of. I think we discussed this when we were looking at your presentation. There is this one small bug. It's our onboarding, not bug in terms of confusion, in terms of onboarding, which we thought we'll cover up at some point of time. I think you guys got that. So I think attention to detail, okay, full marks on that. Thanks.
Is there no other questions?
No, that was it from our side.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mihir and Prakar. You guys
Thank you.
can
Thank you
give
for your
us-
time.
Yeah. Okay, we'll quickly move on to the next participant. I think Simran is offline. So, Simran, will you be presenting from there?
Or should we take it at the very end, maybe after all the? So, Shamita, what we can do is we can take the
Okay.
online one first, and at the end we can get back to Simran. She's here.
Sure,
so-
sure. Yeah, okay. Yes. Shubhro, you're next. Okay, he's here. Yeah, Shubhro.
Hi. Hello. Am I
Hello.
audible?
Yes. Yes, you're audible.
Yes. Just a second.
Yeah, you can give us an intro and then you can present.
Yeah, sure. So, hello everyone. I am Shubhro, final year finance major at Delhi University. And apart from finance and economics, I am very much into machine learning and product management as well. This is my first TPF tear down, and I was lucky enough to qualify for the final deck day. Hoping for the best. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Shubhro, you can start presenting and then we'll start the timer.
Yeah, sure. Mm, Is my screen visible? Yes.
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 Yeah. So answering the age-old question, क्या mutual funds actually में सही होगा? Well, it seems like a double-edged sword in my opinion. The Indian mutual fund industry has grown significantly over the last decade, but there's still a lot of potential. But it is interesting to note that around 60% of the actively managed equity mutual funds have failed to beat their respective benchmarks in the last financial year. Um, now, I will not go over the problem statement because I think most of us will must be should be aware of the problem statement by now. But now I will focus on the user issues that I have identified over the past 2 to 3 years. Now, why past 2 to 3 years? Because as a finance student, I am frequently asked about the best investment options by my family, relatives, and friends who are not from a finance background. I could easily identify trends in the questions will help me identify the issues. The most important ones being that the Dhan's UI is a bit cluttered and hard to navigate. There's too much information without clear conclusions, which can be detrimental in the long run. Difficulty in choosing amongst hundreds of mutual funds, leading users to seek suggestions from family and friends. Complicated filtration and sorting process. Users also find comparing between two similar mutual funds extremely overwhelming based on various criteria, including exit load, expense ratio, NAV, CAGR returns, etc. Like if I'm being a bit dropped, but most users can't even differentiate between direct and um, uh, regular mutual funds. So it is if you bombard them with terms like exit load, expense ratio, then it is not going to help. Dhan's customer support is also a bit spotty because many negative app reviews were pointing towards it. But I did like to address that in the last part of the presentation. Now, we are well aware that Dhan doesn't make any profits from the mutual fund segment, but it acts as a hook for new users to explore the platform and hopefully convert it to equity and futures and options traders, from where Dhan makes its profits. Dhan's main competitors, competitors include other uh, discount brokers, including the largest one currently, that is Grow, Zerodha, Angel One, and Upstocks. The major user personas are based on the main buckets of users I spoke with, mostly who are corporate employees, full-time F&O traders who are mostly my classmates from college, and urban millennials who are in the college or have just started their first job. Moving on to the more interesting part of the presentation, that is the solutions. My first proposed solution is a recommendation system. As I've already mentioned, there are hundreds of mutual funds listed on the platform, and investors find it increasingly difficult every day to make the right choice. Upon registering in the mutual fund segment of Dhan, users will answer onboarding questions about their time horizon, liquidity preference, and investment goals. Based on their answers, Dhan's algorithm will suggest suitable mutual funds on the homepage. These questions will be optional, allowing users to skip them if desired. If you can see the screen, this is the questions page, and this is the part in the homepage in which the mutual funds will be suggested. The potential pitfalls could include algorithm bias and inaccuracy. Dhan needs to continually uh, refine the algorithm, regularly backtest it, and also personalize the recommendations using reinforcement learning based on the user behavior in the app. Moving on, my second solution is improve filtration and sorting. The current filtration process on Dhan is a bit complex. With as you can see, there are 3 layers of filtration. But I'd like to suggest a more simplified filter and sort buttons with comprehensive criteria like subcategory, CAGR figures, expense ratio, exit load sliders, which can enhance the user experience, mitigating possible pitfalls, including more progressive disclosure techniques so as to cater to both experienced and novice investors. The third one is sort of a flagship feature that I'd like to suggest, which is the Dhan scorecard. There are several features that provide information about the mutual fund, including scheme snapshot, fund manager, CAGR growth, comparison of growth with other mutual funds, etc. But there is a lack of consolidated information about the mutual fund, which provides solid conclusions about those numbers, which will help users to make a choice easily. The Dhan scorecard will grade each mutual fund on the basis of their past performance, expense ratios, fund manager track records, and investor services quality. Dhan's in-house financial analyst will assign scores out of 10 for each parameter and also provide justifications for the same, as you can see in the UI that is present in this part of the presentation. Moving on to the next solution, that is mutual fund comparison, which is currently not present in Dhan, but present in some other apps as well. Actually, many users find it challenging to compare similar mutual funds. A comparison tool can address this by providing a single place to find all the relevant information in a ready to compare format. This tool will help. Actually, this tool is a bit difficult. So this tool is a bit different from the others that are present in other apps. So it will be first be present once in the home screen and once in the bookmark section. So let me walk you through the user journey. So if the user clicks on the compare different mutual funds together in the home screen, the user will be redirected to this page in which they have an option to search for the mutual fund that they want to compare. And there is also a suggested mutual fund section, which extracts the mutual funds from the first solution that I recommended, that is the recommendation system. Then if they click on show comparison, they will be redirected to this page in which they can just compare the figures.
Shubhro, 1 minute left.
In the second part, that is the bookmarks, they can click on the compare bookmark features, in which they will be directly redirected to this page in which all the mutual funds will be directly added, that the bookmark mutual funds all be already added in this one, in which they can make the comparison. So moving on to the next part, which is a bit debatable, as we have already seen. The hashtag made for trade thing is that is going on currently with Dhan is a bit contradictory to that it is built for long-term investors, like it is made for mutual funds. So I think a more inclusive uh, tagline could be trading the investing the. But this does not mean that we will completely discard hashtag made for trade, but it is to create a focused marketing strategy which uses different taglines and strategies to target different customer bases. In the last part of the presentation, I have used the RISE prioritization framework for impact maximization. Recommendations and product marketing are, I think, the top priorities, followed by filtration, Dhan scorecard, and mutual fund comparison. For metrics, I have listed important KPIs for each feature with a North Star metric being the monthly active mutual users. And the last part is the proper implementation and scaling of those features, which is the most crucial part. Uh, I have divided the final goal into milestones, reaching 0.25 million users, then 0.5, and finally 1 million. Initially, the focus will be on the recommendation system and the product marketing. In the second phase, we will enhance user experience with features like improvise, registration, Dhan scorecard, and mutual fund comparison. Finally, we will ensure quality customer support and build a dedicated mutual fund community on the hashtag MetcoTrade platform to retain those users and maintain the momentum. But I
Shubho,
also
time is up, sir.
this along with just 2 seconds more.
Yeah.
Actually, the timeline that shows the product initiatives along with the marketing and the customer success initiatives, so that which ensures everything works together in tandem for maximum results. That's all for the presentation. Thank you for listening. I'm now open to questions.
Yeah, thank you, Shubhro. Yeah, judges, you can ask the questions.
Hello. Yeah. Hi, Shubhro. Thank you. It was a really nice presentation. I think I think I won't go deeper into something that we just already covered regarding
Yes.
the brand messaging. But yeah, just to
Yes.
focus on your last slide specifically. Can we cast that
Yes.
again?
Yes, sure. Just a second.
Yeah, so I think I remember seeing something in the sense of you put milestones to your features.
Yes.
One was recommendation, and the last part was brand loyalty, I think. So I just wanted you to explain a bit more how brand loyalty, would help us or help you reach the last leg of that journey where you're reaching the 1 million users. So is there any way you have measured that?
I have not measured it specifically, but I have divided the process into milestones because 1 million from 0.1 million is a large target, to be honest. But I think the key that could take us there is definitely better customer support and launching of additional features so that the our existing users and also the new users who onboard in on the platform stay with Dhan and continue to invest with us. And also, I think the madefortrade.in is a very uh, effective way to retain those users because the community that is already there is very strong, and I think we can continue building on that. So to build the brand loyalty in the long run.
Okay. I'll just tell you the reason why I. Yeah. So the reason why I asked that because I think the problem statement wanted you to focus more on the acquisition side
Mm.
rather than the retention. But yeah, I think yeah. Thank you for your answer.
Hi, Shubhro. So I
Hi.
think similar feedback to what Anirudh gave. You did suggest some interest. Like the first thing that you said was a recommendation engine, where you said that you could maybe ask him what he wants to do in the long run, and then suggest some schemes. So that did seem interesting. Uh, but I think that what was missing was, again, like Anirudh said, how would this contribute to our final goal? Because you did give some suggestions, you probably stated some problems, but I mean, my question then to you would be that do you think just doing this would help us achieve the 1 million MF investors goal?
Uh, I am a strong believer in the product-led growth. So I believe if the product is good enough, if the features are strong enough, people will definitely stay with us. And word of mouth marketing is I think, the biggest thing that we can try to achieve. Yes. So I think that's the thing that I want to go for. That is word of mouth marketing.
Got it. Okay, thanks, Shubho.
Can you hear me, Shubhro?
Yes.
Okay, so see, I think what you did on competitive analysis, that is good. Another good approach that you had was you focused a lot on uh, changing small things in existing product, and also that is well as well. A few things that I want to point out, okay, is for example, you have spoken about let's say scoring mechanisms, okay. Now, see, it is very important to understand, okay, as PMs, okay, or generally as anyone who's building any product. See, a new startup, okay, especially coming to finance, okay, a new startup out of nowhere, okay, would not be in the right position to. Obviously, technically, we can do it, okay, but when it comes to money, people would want to know, okay, who are these people who are rating and ranking someone, okay. So there are I mean, we already show Morningstar ratings, okay. If your solution should have said,
Yes.
can we focus on more rating providers like Value Research or Crisil or some of the similar ones, okay, who already have been doing it for decades and have a certain privilege or to their brand attachment or the knowledge that they have done, okay, that creates a lot more authenticity, okay, to the end user. But having said that, if you speak to any AMC CEO or if you speak to any AMC or even if you look at general trend, the fact of the matter remains is that, and this is a problem statement for a lot of people in the mutual fund industry, is that no matter what you say, people always chase returns. Okay, so any fund which has done, let's say, 100% return in the last 1 year, okay, be it the worst performing, I mean, worst of the funds. Okay, so and like
Mm.
I remember over a period of time, there have been funds which were focused on China. Okay, they were doing really well. Okay, now they're all negative. Okay, or funds which are cyclical or thematic. Okay, let's say pharmaceutical based or the ones which are small cap and mid cap. Okay, they do well in the phases. People do end up losing money. So while the intention of everyone in the industry has been to let that people away, at the end of the day, people focus on returns. One another good part of the presentation was you did not touch that much more deeper, but obviously last slide that you were showing is to do scaling of the product and marketing together. But if you would have worked a little more deeper in that, that would have been
Mhm.
really well. Okay, and obviously for everyone, again, as a platform, we cannot recommend something. Okay, for recommending something, you have to be an advisor. So again, the general thought process that I have for everyone who is
Hmm.
building things in financial, it is better to go back and check the regulations before
Yeah.
you. So the intention is good, but obviously without as a regular platform, you can't do that. Features
Hmm.
like comparison, obviously they create engagement and that would lead to conversion at some point of time. Yeah, so those things are
Hmm.
done well. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Shubro, for the presentation.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll move on to our next. I think we have two more people left online. Uh, I will finish. Utsav, you're next. Okay, Utsav is here. Yeah, hi Utsav, can you hear us?
Hi. I can hear you, Shamita.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, Utsav, you can give us a quick intro and then you can begin your presentation.
Yeah, sure. Hey, folks. Hey, everybody. Uttam Mazumdar here. I am a passionate product manager from Bangalore, of course, who loves to dive deep into products and features and tear down things. I'm currently upskilling myself, given my interest for product. And I have experience. I was a part of the product team of Hubble Money, which is a gift card marketplace. And of course, today, it's a very big platform, and I want to thank TPF team and of course Dhan team for giving us this opportunity to present on such a big forum. Thanks.
Yeah, Utsav, you can present your deck.
Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, thanks. Uh, 1.3 lakh demat accounts are opened in India per day, presenting a massive opportunity to disrupt the high volume industry. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Utsav, and I'm here to present my strategy on growing the mutual fund user base and repositioning the brand. Our first goal is getting 1 million plus mutual fund investors. Looks big, right? Not really. Let's start by understanding the market for mutual funds. I have divided the market into three segments on the basis of age and calculated the TAM, SAM, and SOM for each segment basis digital penetration of investment platforms and market share of other players. Let's find out how to target these users. Our first user is Aradhna. Aradhna is a 25-year-old residing in Bangalore. She loves to spend time with friends and wants to save money for travel, education, and her wedding. But she lacks financial literacy. She relies heavily on YouTube and Instagram influencers, random Google searches, and boring books. But there's too much information overload, inconsistent advice, credibility issues, and of course, lack of personalization. The solution? Smart Start AI, an AI-driven financial planning companion. Smart Start AI gives people like Aradhna personalized recommendations on fund allocation. It does this by asking a few questions on financial goals, risk tolerance, and current state. By the way, this feature can be very easily built using ChatGPT prompts. But how does Aradhna discover this feature? Referral, because Aradhna loves to boast about AI in her friend circle. Also, majority of the current Dhan users belong to this segment, so the engine can pick up quickly. Aradhna follows lots of influencers, so positioning Dhan among influencers will help reach her efficiently. Using these acquisition strategies, we will be able to acquire 0.6 million users from this segment. Our second user is Abhishek. Abhishek is a 40-year-old working professional with a family of four. He wants to have a fund for children's education, upgrading his home, and retirement. However, he lacks time to research and monitor mutual funds. His lack of time leads to using multiple apps for portfolio management and the worst case scenario, stopping SIPs instead of actually switching to better ones. The solution? Wealth Watcher, a smart monitoring and recommendations tool. Wealth Watcher regularly monitors Abhishek's portfolio and provides alerts on low performing funds, alternatives for each fund category he is invested in, and quick switching options. But how does Abhishek know about existence of such a useful feature? Through ads on Google search, Instagram, and YouTube. Abhishek uses Google search whenever he wants to quickly know something. Therefore, Dhan shows up in relevant searches with core value proposition of the Wealth Watcher. Social media ads, by creating a relevant storyline on social media that resonates with people like Abhishek by highlighting his daily struggles, inability to monitor portfolio due to lack of time, and presenting the solution. Abhishek also has lots of utility apps at his fingertips, so placing ads on popular utility apps like Swiggy, Cred, MyGate, and Insurance. Using these acquisition strategies, we will be able to acquire 0.4 million users from this segment. Our third user is Amitabh. Amitabh is a 55-year-old business owner who wants to preserve his wealth and needs a retirement fund for medical expenses, travel, etc. However, since he's not very friendly with tech, he has to rely on his friend turned mutual fund distributors' limited expertise. Introducing Family Circle, an on-call service for non-digitally savvy users. Through Family Circle, Amitabh can enjoy all features of Dhan through an agent. The feature helps family members of users who are already using Dhan. Users can do KYC on behalf of their family. Once done, the member will receive a call from the agent who will guide them and help them book mutual funds. To ensure transparency, the funds will not be booked without users' approval. The communication will happen over call and WhatsApp. Although this may not attract, although this may attract very less users similar to Amitabh, this can act as a strong hook for other segments as it provides a one-stop platform for all family members. All these strategies combined will help Dhan mutual funds reach 1 million plus users. The features and acquisition strategies present for a certain segment will attract users from other segments as well. Our next goal is to reposition Dhan to embrace a large share of long-term investors. We do this by defining the brand footprint using the customer persona, core value proposition, and brand wedge. The core value proposition of Dhan is for the mobile-first stocks and mutual funds investor who wants to create long-term wealth. Dhan is an online trading and investment platform that helps discover, buy, and sell stocks, mutual funds, and other trades. What's the brand wedge? Retail investor do not have complete awareness about all long-term investment products, and user feels they have to rely on multiple platforms for discovery and awareness. Dhan will help users by providing required support and insights for their investment journey. Using the
1 minute left.
Sure, thanks. Using the brand footprint to define how the brand will look, speak, and behave across all touchpoints. The look of the brand should be easy, but not gullible. Equity instruments are perceived as complicated. It is important for Dhan to look easy, friendly, and holistic. On these screens, you will see there is a high focus on different instruments that Dhan offers, and the visual language is consistent across all touchpoints. The brand should speak like a friend, but not be too pushy. This should come across in all touchpoints. Example, the community page, changing the hashtag and title to cater to all types of investors, taking a friendly tone on all social handles, and including content for mutual funds and stocks as well. Advise users in their journey to avoid overwhelming them with information and reducing the need for intensive self-education. This includes relevant nudges for user to stay informed and educating throughout the user journey on important but generally overlooked information in KYC, for example. Simplifying app onboarding by keeping less screens and removing screens for every new feature. With the mutual fund strategy and the brand repositioning, Dhan is all set to be the next big thing in the industry by creating an investment platform for every investor out there. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Utsav. Judges, any questions?
Yeah, hi. Thank you, Utsav. That was a very nice presentation. Although you have, I think, put the less amount of not effort, right? I would say the less amount of target to from your last suggestion, which was, I think, on call. I'd like to specifically talk about that.
Sure.
So, what I wanted to understand was, let's say you're trying to build this on-call personalized service, right?
Right.
I mean, assuming that you can create a barrier in which other users would not be able to access it, and only the senior citizens do, which is, kind of a little bit hard to do it in a retail-focused app where everyone can access it with freely, right?
Sure.
So now that and I think someone else pointed that out as well, in terms of just the revenue that you get from, let's say, MF or FNO, right? I mean, I think it was made clear that there is no revenue in MF. Putting in an amount of effort in terms of building out an operations team to be able to handle that amount of volume. Have you thought through that aspect as well? I mean, this is just leaving apart the regulations, which I'm not going to cover here.
Sure.
But have you thought through the amount of operational effort that would require to maintain and continuously maintain that service month on month?
Sure. I think on those lines, right, this can be easily dealt with the customer support that is already present on the app. Also, on your first point, as you said, this feature will be an additional feature. A 55-year-old can come on the app and discover other features if is digitally savvy. But like, let's say, for example, my mom or my dad who doesn't have that much of digital experience, right? So what I can do is I can fill KYC on their behalf, and an agent, more specifically an agent, a customer support agent, can call them and inform them about the features. Let's say we have mutual funds, we have stocks, these are the mutual funds in this category, these are the mutual funds in this category, and accordingly the family member can decide on, let's say, a SBI large cap fund. Of course, like there will be discussions between me and my mom and my dad, but finally after choosing the mutual fund there will be an approval on the app which I'll get. Post approval only the mutual fund will get finalized for the family member. Does that answer it, or
Yeah, thank you for that answer. Just before I hand it over to Pranita, I mean, I think the only thing that I want to point out, I mean, to you as well as everyone in the room, is that since the beginning, we've been very particular about this aspect where we really do not call our users or disturb them, right? I'm sure, I don't want to talk about others, but the very fact that, and then we received a lot of feedback regarding that as well, that our users love it, that Dhan is self-serve, right? And throughout the onboarding journey or even post after that, we really do not, spam or call or disturb users in terms of nudging them towards making any sort of investment, which is also against the regulation. Now, I understand, I think from your perspective, it was more from requesting a callback, but
Yeah.
I think I just wanted to know your opinion on that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it is requesting a callback only. If I am not interested to have a call, have someone call my family, I won't request this feature at all. But if I feel that there is a problem which exists and my mom also wants to have this on this platform, then I can request this particular feature.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, Utsav.
Hi.
You made some interesting points, and I think some of these things we already have in our roadmap, and we wanted. You said that mutual funds should be more out there on our applications, websites, have more people talk about it.
Right.
So of course that well taken. Just one thing that I thought was that you gave 60% to acquisition from referral. That seems extremely high. I mean, even in the industry, I think 60% seems to be an extremely high number.
Okay, please continue. Is that all?
Yeah, that's it. Oh, I thought you were saying. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, so this is so 50% is not on a holistic app level, it is on a persona level, right? So each persona has a target. So for example, for referral, this is majorly targeted to a persona which is Aradhana, for example, right? Less than 30 years of age. They are the ones from that particular segment itself. 50% share is what I have said for referral, but the overall numbers can vary definitely, right? Let's say, for example, if I take all the acquisition channels, for example, right, here we have 3. And for the second persona, again, we have paid ads, we have product integrations, right? So somewhere the percentage may be somewhere around 15 to 30, right? Basis the percentages that are assigned and the numbers for each sort of category.
Yeah, I think like maybe a 20-25% would seem fair.
Yes.
But I don't think a 60%.
Yeah. So basically, if you see 50% of 0.6 is 0.3 million only out of 1 million, right? So it is roughly 30% acquisition.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Also, I think very clean deck, okay, and the screens that you have done, you're super simplified. So I think good job over there. So my question largely was, okay, you relied only on one strategy, which is for the first persona you said, no, smart AI is my go-to thing. Okay. Second thing you're saying wealth monitor is my only go-to thing. Okay. So what if they fail? Okay, and that's how most of the products, right? The product managers usually bet a lot on features that they have not released yet. Okay, and intuitively we end up thinking this is a feature when I release it. Okay, it's going to just make or break the journey of the company or the product, and then you end up feeling that, hey, with this product I'm going to crack it. My first question is, let's say, what happens if you go with the strategy or 2 personas, you have only two strategies, and if it doesn't work, what do you fall back on? And second question is, you said a lot of users will come from influencer marketing is for the first persona. I think it's evident now, influencers are not very influential now, okay, with what it was probably a few years back. So what are the conversion metrics that you think? Because it's not just to download an app. Someone has to download an app, do KYC, wait for the process, then start investing, and also for both for influencer marketing or for getting users via ads that you mentioned on Google or Swiggy on the platform. What kind of metrics do you think are required, or what kind of budgets are required, and how do you see conversions happening on those, or what are the assumptions that you have?
Sure, thanks. So on the first part about the product features being listed, like very less features listed, right? So the features that are listed are sort of hero features, and these features are identified through one secondary search and 2 primary research. So I have like spoken to 3-4 users from each segment to understand what is the challenge that they face in the current platforms like Grow, Zerodha, and what do they do, right? So basis that, this is the hero feature which I presented. Of course, there will be features which are there in other platforms as well, which are missing in them right now, but I have not presented them as such here. That is a miss from my end, but I have presented the hero features which will act as a hook for each category and excite each category to come onto the platform and explore them, right? This is one. On your second question on the influencer and the metrics, right? So the top, let's say 8 to 10 influencers, finance influencers roughly, have followed close to like 2 to 3 million following on Insta and YouTube combined, right? And a feature like a wealth watcher, right, or a feature like a AI thing on finance is a very exciting thing. So my focus is not in only influencer marketing. My main focus is publicizing the feature, which is Smart Start AI through influencer, right? So nowadays also, right, if you take, let's say, top 5 influencers, there are 1 to 2 million users who come and see these videos, and through these videos organically placing the Smart Start AI feature for Dhan will attract that particular segment. This is just putting the feature out there so that users can identify. It is not relying on the influencers, let's say, circle or influencer, or what type of content the influencer shares. Of course, like different types of influencers have different types of following. So all types of users to be covered using a diverse set of influencer strategy. Did I answer it, or like is there any specific thing which I missed out?
I would have preferred some conversion metrics and all, but that's fine. I think. Thanks, Utsav, for the presentation.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Utsav, for this. Next, we have Abhishek and Shubham, the last online participants. Can you raise your hand? Abhishek, Shubham, are you here? Yeah. Hi, Abhishek. Hi, Shubham.
Hello, I guess Abhishek is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, once is my video visible? For some reason, I'm not able to see it.
No, not yet. Shubham is visible now.
Yeah. I think it's visible now.
Yes.
Yeah. So, hi everyone. So finally we are here. Like we have been waiting since the last 2 hours for our turn. So my name is Abhishek. I'm working as a product manager at Triomix, and like this, I would like to thank the entire Dhan team as well as the product folks team for this opportunity. And really, we made the entire deck with our Tan, Man, and Dhan. So we are looking forward to presenting it. Just a quick thing. Since I will be presenting the deck, Shubham will be sharing all the metrics in the chat, the important data sets in the chat. So you can just have a look, because our deck is like 34 slides long, and I will be skimming through some of the slides. Shubham, you can go with your intro now.
Yeah, so hello everyone. I am Shubham, currently working as a software engineer at Triomix. So yeah.
Okay, I'll just present my screen just 1 second.
Yeah.
Just let me know once the screen is visible, then.
Yeah, Abhishek.
Just a second. Okay, we can start now, I guess.
You can begin.
Yeah. So Dhan is relatively new in the financial space. It is founded in 2021 by Mr. Praveen. And for the sake of this problem statement, when we are taking the number of users from 0.1 million to 1 million in 12 months, we are making this assumption that all our strategies laser focused on mutual fund market. We are not considering any other investment options for now. Also, we are not bothered about cash burns. For the market insight, when we calculated the TAM, the number that I arrived at is 94.6 million users. And after seeing the penetration of 20% for mutual funds, we are arriving at an addressable market of 75.7 million users. If I assume that all of this market is obtainable, then our SAM is also going to be 75.7 million. But considering the other competition, it is going to go down to 13.54 million users. The growth rate is around 18% for mutual funds in India. Yeah. So current positioning of Dhan, we have almost 1 million plus downloads. And the main pro of Dhan that everyone is loving is the trading view that is integrated in the platform. If I talk about the cons, the platform is not very beginner friendly for traders and investors, as it does not provide any educational resources to work with. In the competitive landscape, as you can see in the graph, I have plotted the graph of the price friendliness of the platform and the number of features that they are giving in terms of number of investment options. And as you can see, Dhan lies in the first quadrant, which makes it pretty compatible in the market. So yes, we have a leverage to go and play into the market. And I plotted this feature metrics. As per my feature metrics, as I can see, Dhan does not invest in US stocks. There are no features for daily SIPs, weekly SIPs, SWP, mandates, STP, importing external portfolio, as well as there are reports and features missing from the Dhan platform. So we will talk about these in the later half of the slide. Our first user persona is Penny. Penny is a 25-year-old female. She's unmarried. She's very tech savvy, and she's fresh out of college. She wants to start investing, but she doesn't know where to invest. She has zero prior experience, and she's very uncertain about her choices. On the other hand, Dwight is a 34-year-old male who is married. He has a beautiful family, and he has plans about his retirements, buying a new house or buying a new property. However, he has a low disposable income, and he invests in safer securities like fixed deposits or bank saving accounts. He's very hesitant to invest into something tricky like stocks and mutual funds. And thirdly, Jordan is there. Jordan is a pro in financial markets. Jordan is a 32-year-old trader. He has very high experience in dealing with various kind of financial instruments like F&O, trading, and bonds, etc., etc. Jordan likes short-term goals rather than long-term goals. So that's why John is hesitant to invest in mutual funds. As we spoke to 25 of our users through interviews, we got to know that majority of the people don't use Dhan because they are unaware about the platform. So we will be going with the market-led growth as well as the product-led growth. 65% of the users will be coming from market-led growth, and remaining 35% will be from product-led growth. There will be no users that we will be getting from resurrection of the churned user because this application is relatively new. For the ads part, so for Penny, the ads will be showcased on the various social media like Instagram and Facebook. And these ads will be very quirky, very kind of FOMO-generating ads, like make your money while you sleep. For Dwight, these target ads will be on the retirement goals and saving for the future type of value proposition. And for Jordan, it will be flashy about the advanced tools that we have, like TradingView. If I talk about SEO, so Dhan's SEO is pretty well made for trading and F&O. However, if you search organically for mutual funds and long-term investment, Dhan does not give as good as results. So we would like to build our SEOs around the user case intents around the same. This is the sample ad that we created that can be run on Google to get organic responses. Next, I want to talk about referrals. As I read in one of the articles, around 40% of the current user base has joined the platform through referrals. This is what Mr. Praveen said. Current referral flow is very flat. It does not incentivize the user who is coming on the application through the referral. It only gives 20% of the brokerage to the person who is referring. And if the person is investing in mutual funds, then the other person will get no benefit at all. So we changed this referral into a tier system, a gamified version, where like after every 3 or 4 successful referral, you will get some kind of a reward. I also introduced one more thing that this referrals will be introduced as a happy flow. That is, if your portfolio hits at 20% of returns, then you will get this referral nudge at your screen. Also, we are also incentivizing the user who is joining the platform through referrals, and we made the messaging more personalized. Content loops, we will be having like collaboration with influencers like Pranjal Kamra and Tanmay Bhatt and Finance with Sharan. We can also host webinars, conduct events to get better penetration and trust building into the market. Product integrations are very tricky and they are very costly, so that's why we won't be focusing more on them. But the potential product integrations can be with Jar, Wallet, and Money Control. On Play Store, Dhan has a review of 4.3 ratings. That is pretty good as compared to other competitors. If I talk about onboarding flow, current onboarding flow has a lot of screens, and this is because of the compliance. So we cannot shorten the onboarding screens in terms of the number of actions much. But however, few of the actions can be skipped, like FNO, all the actions which are regarding the FNO collection, we can skip that section for now. So we have shortened the onboarding flow so that we reach to the final home screen faster. Okay, other onboarding changes that we made is introducing a progress bar where you can have like multiple progress. We can also have separate onboarding screens for different tasks, and we collected name and personal information in the beginning itself so that we can give a personalized onboarding. First solution that we are coming up is Dhanvidya. Dhanvidya is basically a learning solution. You will get tutorials of the application, how to use the application. You can use a learn feature where you can learn about different kind of feature metrics which are there. And you can also use AI. If none of these works, you can have a guidance feature where you can connect with these experts that are curated by Dhan. Second feature that I want to talk about is Dhan AI. This AI will be on your portfolio. This AI will keep on giving you insights about your portfolio. If any of the asset is going up or down, or any of the assets can be used for tax harvesting, or any of the assets can be leveraged further to diversify the portfolio. We will not be giving any recommendations using AI. Yeah. Third solution is goals creation. Basically, you can put your goal. It has been discussed previously by the users. So basically, you can make a goal and assign a portfolio to it, and as per your, you can track your goals to for each of the portfolios. Fourth is fraction shares. Just one more minute. Yeah. So fraction shares is basically people who can't afford to buy very costly shares. They can just invest a small fraction of the share, and they can leverage the use case for it. At the end, these are some other features which are essential to be there in the platform, but like these are not essential to have in the platform, but they are good to have for a competitive edge. They can be SWP, STPs, research reports, importing external portfolio, and pledging on mutual funds. These are the marketing campaigns that we launched. These campaigns will be around various marketing and product strategies. Finally, our pre-launch strategy will be to train this LLM. During the launch, we will be launching our features, and post-launch, we will be tracking the metrics very closely. Our main success metric is to getting the number of active users. The number of active users will be the user who completes the KYC and makes at least one transaction in mutual funds. Other levers that we can track is number of user downloads, new signups, daily active users, daily monthly active users, screen by screen drop off. So we can consider all the acquisition metrics for this. Thank you so much. We are open for questionnaire, and we have survey links attached for the interviews that we conducted. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Abhishek and Shubham. The judges.
Shubham. Abhishek.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Abhishek. Thank you for the presentation. Some quick feedback. So I think I really like the effort that you put in showing the ad creatives, and the overall the vibe of the presentation was very peppy, considering you used some popular characters. So that was quite fun. I really liked the effort that you put into the feature matrix as well. So good effort on that. And I'm sure, I think there were a lot of suggestions here and there which we couldn't read, but I'm sure there's some good suggestions there regarding the onboarding flow and the campaigns as well. But specifically from what you presented, I think the presentation, some of the things could have been taken into account, the regulation aspect as well. For example, the fact about fractional shares not being allowed in India. But I think you spoke about AI, and I think the previous presentation also had a bit of focus on AI. So my point on AI is, I mean, how would you tackle it from a user perspective? Let's say you're nudging recommendations, or you're nudging certain actions based on recommendations by AI, and we all know the state of AI right now. It's mostly through various partners that you have, right? And building an in-house model is also quite different and like time consuming. But even having said that, will users really trust an AI? And if your fund does not perform, let's say you invest in stocks or mutual fund and that does not end up performing, how would you tackle that negative sentiment that may arise because of that? So just wanted to hear your opinion on that.
Yeah. So first of all, as I mentioned, our AI will not suggest any action. Like it will not suggest you to go and sell a certain thing or buy a certain thing. Because I think it was also we also planned this entire AI in accordance to the compliance. So we are not suggesting any action. We are also not suggesting any kind of mutual funds. Regarding this entire thing, this can be hidden. Like we will give an option to hide the AI. So people who want to opt out of the AI nudges, they can opt out. These are for the people who like Penny and Dwight, who are relatively newer to the entire mutual fund thing. They can get insights like one of your mutual fund is performing less or more. That is the only role that this AI is doing. And like using the current LLMs, it won't be that difficult to train this model on the basic nudges. We have seen multiple competitors that are there in the European and US markets. So I think it is pretty feasible. Like if we can plan to train AI in the first quarter itself, as I mentioned in the campaign, we are picking AI as in the second and third quarter after proper training and checking.
Okay. Thank you.
Also, I would like to add a thing. For the fractional shares, they are not currently allowed in India, like directly purchasing fractional shares. But we can use a hack kind of thing, like creating a mutual fund just for one share. So in this way, let's say we want to buy a share for MRF, then there is a dedicated mutual fund that only contains one stock that is going to be MRF. And in this way, the users can directly buy that mutual fund, a part of mutual funds. So they can have that fractional share type of thing.
Okay. Thank you, Shubham.
Hi, Abhishek and Shubham. I think, yeah, you put in good effort on understanding the compliance and regulation, because it was nice that you were aware that during onboarding those steps were compulsory and you couldn't do away with it. And like Abhishek just mentioned that, he was not suggesting any recommendation to buy or sell an ML. I thought there were good solutions. I mean, there were lots of things that you suggested, but for MF, I felt like it was a little bit limited. I think you could go further in depth there. Yeah, I think that's what would be my feedback.
Okay. So actually, like a lot of the things are like we wanted to have a cross-function thing. Like we want to convert the current users as well. So like this AI feature can be a feature that can establish a synergy, while the goal creation feature is just for the mutual funds. So we kind of did that, but we didn't have time to explain that. So that's why I had to skim through it.
Thank you.
I think these days, in fact, I had mentioned that a few days back as well. Okay, I think my preference nowadays is when someone pitches a product or anything to me, is I say, "Isme AI kya nahi hai wo batao." That's okay. I think AI is oversold these days. So, and just coming back to feedback, like Pranita mentioned, Abhishek, Shubham, I think it would have been good if you would have picked up one or two things and gone deeper into it. That really helps. I think some of you have taken effort to make a transaction and invest, and I think in those presentations or in those pictures, even the ones who are not presenting today, okay, but the ones that we reviewed, a lot of people have taken that pain. So I think that is the first step for everyone to actually give a meaningful feedback over others. A few things that again, like I said, I don't have any comments, Abhishek, Shubham, on these things. But just to say, the regulators are more smarter than us. So the idea of having one mutual fund with one share and all, okay, I mean I always go to my peers also in the industry. Let's not hack regulations. Okay, it comes back and pinches companies and startups very hardly. So fractional shares is not allowed at this point of time. There are conversations. Okay, hopefully it will come. But again, some of those things will come to everyone. It will not come to Dhananam. It will come to all the players in the industry. It will come for everyone. The other thing is that, which I think when we were on the second last presentation, and I just want to highlight is that I think everyone assumed over here the approach that anyone and everyone can take is to introduce more users uh, to the to that. Okay, when I say more users, basically more users will come out of anyone. So I always say there are two ways to build a startup or build a venture or build a product. One is build a market share, and second is capture market share. Okay, not many companies go that way. In fact, I think amongst the wealth or fintech domains, I think we are the only one which is focused on capturing market share. So our thought process always has been when we build a trading product, okay, is that if you're able to get the best users from if you have the best of the solutions and customer experience packaging features, products and offerings put together, and if you're able to move the best customers from other competition to you, the others follow. So I think when everyone was doing this comparison about feedback and features and all, I think the direction it was going was feature matching, but feature matching is not something that we should focus on a lot because there's no end to that. So that's just by just feedback. There's a feedback for everyone. Yeah, thanks. We can go to the last one.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Abhishek and Shubham. I think only Simran is left. Adi, how are we gonna present?
Yeah, we are just setting that up. So.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
No, we can't hear her. All the mics are on mute.
Shamita, can you please allow Simran in? She has raised hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hello.
Is it like, are we audible?
Hello, you can have her sit over here.
Hello.
Is she audible?
Yeah, but very faintly. Can you speak again, Simran?
Hello, am I audible?
Simran, you can sit over here. Yeah. Come. Take your laptop.
Hello. Am I audible now?
There's an echo.
You have something logged in from your phone.
Can you meaning from here it's actually इसको यहाँ पे mute कर दो ना full volume zero
Volume zero.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah. Okay.
Am I audible, right?
Yes.
Okay. So myself, Simran Wazirani, I'm pursuing bachelor's in user experience design, and for my internship, I came to Mumbai, and so I'm here. Yeah. So I have kept the presentation very basic as per my understanding in fintech and as well as product management. I'm just exploring product management. So yeah, starting from.
You'll have to move it from here. Where are you presenting? Where's the PDF?
Yeah.
Huh? You can use.
Alright. So beginning with this problem statement.
Is this the one you're presenting? Or?
Yeah, this is one I use.
Yeah, you can use this tool.
So, beginning with the product feature overview, the problem statement was challenging as I'm very new to finance, but I was also intrigued by learning about Dun's feature for traders as well as investors, and Dun's super friendly UI made it very convenient to me. So then I started with the understanding Dun's goals and user base. These were the roadmap I made. So this was a target market I identified for the traders and investors. The numbers are based on assumptions. Okay. So I started with understanding the user base. So based on secondary research from Dunn's community reviews and net, I came up with three personas. So first type of user is current traders and Dunn who want to also invest. So first is Rajesh. He is a 34-year-old IT professional and active trader on Dun, looking to start investing in mutual funds to diversify his portfolio while continuing to trade. His needs include personalized mutual fund recommendations and easy-to-use tools to balance trading and investing. The second persona is Priya, who is beginning to start to invest. So Priya is a 28-year-old marketing professional, new to investing, looking to start with mutual funds and seeking a user-friendly platform with educational resources to guide her investment journey. Her goals include achieving long-term financial goals like buying house or retirement. The third one is users who want to switch to other platforms. like for some user-friendly purposes. So here is our third user, Ankit. Ankit Patel is a 42-year-old business owner dissatisfied with his current trading platform due to poor customer support and complicated UI. Seeking a more reliable and user-friendly platform like that to manage his investment and trades. Then after some competitive analysis, I came up with SWOT analysis. So Dhan's strength I recognized was it includes super user-friendly Dhan's UI. I had used it personally, so yeah, kudos for that. And opportunity I figured out was connecting with finance influencers or collaborating with institutions as gradually students are becoming aware of personal finance, and many of my friends already have a portfolio. And weakness could be Dhan is very new for MF users, so yeah, weakness could be that. And threat, as usual, it's a very competitive market, ranging from Zerodha, Gross, and other multiple portfolio managers. For the solution part, I recognized four customer stages. First, beginning with awareness and onboarding, then engagement, activation, and conversion. For the awareness and onboarding part, my objective was to attract new users and introduce them to both trading and investing on that. So, for this, I recommend customized onboarding, like as on the earlier text, it was mentioned made for trade was very like user centric to the traders and not for the investors. And for that solution, I have built the implementation part was here. To ask traders and investors to the users like what are you interested in trading, investing, or both, and as per that we can personalize their UI on the dashboard so that they could manage their portfolio well. Then this was also suggestion like collaborating with institutions as students become ambassadors of various companies, and they are very good at mouth to word marketing. So we can do that, and this could cater user pain points such as lack of confidence in financial decisions and fear of making poor investment choices. Uh, for the engagement part, my objective was to engage users with personalized content and features that cater to their preferences. So, like I said, personalized UI according to their traders, investors, or hybrid UI perspective. So, this could be very good for the new users as they could find only investor UI on their platform to navigate through, and slowly and gradually we can convert them to trader UI as well. And diversification of dashboard. So diversification of dashboard to recognize the long-term benefits from each of their investment based on their current situation and financial goals. Okay. Next one is activation. So here the objective was to encourage users to make meaningful actions that lead to deeper engagement. So a very nice feature I would like to recommend is profit allocation feature. So by introducing this feature, the traders could automatically allocate a portion of their trading profits into mutual funds so that they can also be introduced to mutual funds as well. Robo-advisory services like integrating AI for personalized investment advice to help users select mutual funds based on their risk tolerance and financial goals. Then introducing gamification for the new users and as well as traders to educate beginners on investment basics, and user get rewards according to it. And they can also use the rewards to maintain their portfolio. For the conversion part, as Dan already has a social community for that, I didn't know that, so that's why I have added. But okay. So social investing features and also the investment challenges that could help boost gamification and also reward for the best performing portfolios. And the user pain points covered is in search of better investing platforms and community. This was a customer journey I made for a person who is a trader at any other platform other than Dun, and he's also
Simran,
keen.
your time is up. So can you wrap up
Yeah,
soon?
yeah. So yeah. So he also wants his 15-year-old girl to learn about personal finance. So he's finding a good UI based community where he can do trading as well as make her go learn about it. So that's a customer journey I made for it. Uh, these were the implementation part as I already mentioned. This is for the personalized UI for the traders who start investing smart and set allocation according to their profits, and they can view their profit allocation settings here. Uh, This is for the robo-advisory services, specially built for users who are starting out with their personal finance journey. So here, in these UI screens, the user is asked about their goals, about their needs, and there is a set of questionnaire about their risk factors, what all situations they are in, financial situations they are in, and what they want to achieve in future. So yeah. For the prioritization part, these were the prioritizations. So customized onboarding, personalized UI, institution collaboration, and robot advisory services has the high impact. And for the key performance indicators, tracking activation rates with help done gauge user engagement with key features like profit allocation and gamified learning, essential for long-term retention. Personalized UI and gamification can boost customer engagement by 60%, ensuring regular use. Offering investment challenges, social investing, and robo-advisory services can convert 50% of traders into mutual fund investors, aiding growth and diversification. Yeah, that's it from my side.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, Abhishek.
Yeah. First of all, I want to really congratulate Simran. It takes a lot of guts to come here and present offline. So can we have a huge round of applause for her for just for that? So thank you, Simran, for joining us today. So I think I really like the presentation. Considering the fact that you're very new to this, I think it's a very good start. Leaving aside the recommendations that we've already given for robo advisory or AI, I just generally I felt that we would have preferred if you went deeper into some of the things that you mentioned. I think you really caught on to a very interesting feature where you talked about profit allocation and how traders. So let me ask you a question regarding that, right? So as you know, there are two key core personas here, traders and investors, right? Let's assume that your assumption goes wrong, and the fact that what you suggested that they allocate a certain amount of profits and reserve it to invest in mutual funds. What if they instead reinvest that into more trading, right? And continuously go on that path rather than coming towards the mutual fund journey. So how, as a PM, how would you tackle that?
Okay, it was just a suggestion, like to end traders like, uh, to invest in the mutual fund also. So it would become easy for them to make a profit and then allocate it, and rather than learning about mutual funds and
Okay, thank you.
I think, yeah, Simran, I really, really want to appreciate the fact that you came here and presented, and it was a very good effort. Um, yeah, so I think, yeah, the profit allocation one was interesting, but I think as traders, most traders, when they trade, they want to allocate that, whatever profits they make generally is allocated towards trading. So, but interesting take, it could not work, could be tried. But yeah, in general, I just think there was a great effort from your side. So thank you for that.
I think same Simran. I think you're still more from a designer mindset from where you are in your journey. But I end up having this conversation with a lot of my design friends who have been around for a very, very long time. I think for a designer to have a thought process about activation, retention, engagement, and if they're able to get to a better what do you say building a fulfilling experience, okay, including writing copies, looking at activation things, and being concerned with what is the impact of your designs, okay, onto the business side of things or onto engagement acquisition. Okay, I think that itself is a bigger edge for any designer who wants to stand out. So if you're starting off that early in your journey with thought process, I think you should continue and build upon that. Thank you.
I think we're done with all the presentations. So, judges, if you can take some time and give us the top 3 winners, be great.
Yeah, sure. So give us just 2 minutes and we'll
Yeah, sure. Meanwhile, everybody in the audience, stay tuned for the top 3 winners, as well as keep a lookout for our next Tear Down edition, which will be coming soon. Yes, while the offline team, I think, decides the winners, if the participants want to come up and share their experience, that'll be great. Actually, can you call the participants to the stage if they're here? Yeah, Abhishek is here. Yeah, hi Abhishek.
Yeah, hi. So, yeah,
Yes.
the entire tear down, the problem statement, the entire thing was such an adrenaline rush throughout the last 2 weeks. We initiated by having user surveys. We floated our Google Forms. Then we interacted with users. We got to learn so much. So honestly, before that, I never heard of Dhan before. So it was completely new application for me. Then I underwent the entire onboarding myself, and it was a great learning experience. Also, kudos to the entire TPF team. Like, you coordinated really well. The entire thing was so flawless. I mean, in the sense, you were always active, even at like 12 a.m. in the morning when we used to ask doubt. Nakshi used to answer really quickly, just very spontaneously. So great efforts from the team over there. It was amazing, like, working on this problem.
Thank you, Abhishek, for sharing that. Prakar, Utsav, how was your?
Coming to today, like, I really liked the presentation that like everybody has presented. It gave sort of a feedback on what are the things that are missing in my presentation and what are the interesting things that people think doing. I took notes on all the presentations, and I think the next presentation would be incorporation of all the good things that were there in each presentation. Also, I think this was a very again, resonating on what Abhishek said. I also had not heard about Dhan. But when this presentation helped me go through the product, and like, I've worked in product roles before, but the thing that you present a solution, a product, the end-to-end thing, right? You work in a company also, but this is a really exciting opportunity where you get to work on your own, or maybe with someone. You get to share your own ideas, like as an entrepreneur, right? So I think that is very interesting. That was very interesting, and it really helped me think and like present my own unique ideas and understand, and the feedbacks that I got that were really insightful. So it helps, right? From time to time getting feedback on what you're thinking, etc. So really enjoyed the whole experience from the problem statement to today. And all the
Okay.
best to everybody, every team.
Yeah, all the best to all the teams. Prakar, I'm so sorry. I think we'll have to wait because the judges have the winners ready. Yeah. So I'll just quickly remove you both from the stage and we'll hand over the mic to the judges.
Yeah, so I think everyone was sharing their experience doing this, and really feels great. I mean, sitting on the. I mean, at one point I remember I was sitting on the other side as well, and even today, as I've been doing this for 3 years now, and while that's a very short time, I still feel as excited about doing or breaking down a product as like I would like 3 years ago. So really excited to see all of you, so many of you, doing this and giving us such nice submissions. And it was a very difficult choice for all of us to go, to select out of those things as well. So first of all, kudos to everyone who made it this far. I mean, all the finalists. So having said that, I think a few tips and tricks that I noticed, or what I think that works well for any person who is going to do this the next time as well. I think, like PJ also pointed out, whenever you're presenting, I think while it's obviously a huge learning curve for someone who is very new in this industry, like fintech or finance, and you not only have to think it from a product side but also business side, and how the industry itself is growing and what we can do to leverage that. A few of the pointers, like something that happens to the industry happens to all of us. So how do you differentiate yourself? So that is one good thing to keep in mind. The other is generally to go in depth in whatever you're suggesting. Uh, Whoever you're suggesting it to, even if you give one or maybe even two suggestions, that is fine. But as long as you go really into the depth of it, so that is always preferred. Because when you really go into the depth of it, then you also start to think about the biases that could come up, right? What could go wrong? And if you saw some of our questions, it was mostly in line towards that. Let's say you suggest AI, or you suggest profit allocation, or you suggest recommendation. What could really go wrong? And if you go deep into it, then it starts clicking. So I think overall, a lovely set of presentations. The way you covered, I think the industry has matured so much that without even direction, that the fact that you can, even from, if you're coming from a different background, the fact that you think about journeys like awareness, acquisition, activation, retention, and all of the presentations, the standard that you guys have maintained is really impressive. So I think that is something that I really like. So I'll hand it over to, if you want to give some general.
No, I think it was a great effort from everyone's side. I mean, it takes a lot. I could tell that everyone's put in a lot of effort in spite of whatever limited understanding they would have sometimes of the regulations. You would not get to know until and unless you're in the market. And with SEBI, we have so many that we are unable to keep track. So I understand that it was a very good effort from everyone's side in that perspective. And just one thing I thought was, for all the presentations when you were going through, nothing negative, but there seemed to be a lot on some presentation, not most of the presentations. So I think that one feedback would be that when you're making presentations in the future, it's very difficult for, say, someone who's going through to read through so much text. So presentations should have more pointers, more clean, crisp, sharp. But I mean, that's just presentation. But I think the substance was great. There was good depth from everybody. Yeah.
I think Anurag was mentioning is doing this for 3 years. I'm doing this for 20 years now. I think I was one of the first product managers in this country, and let me tell you, I was not so smart as you guys are, wherever and whatever you guys have presented. For us, it was a journey of discovery. I think this profession has changed a lot over the last 20 years that I've seen. and so have been the expectations from this particular domain. Having said that, I think congratulations to everyone who was made to this top five. Thank you from all of us, okay, to everyone who has attempted and made some suggestions. I think we have gone through a few of the presentations, but we'll go through all of them. But that's how we end up building our products. So yeah, so I think on behalf of everyone at Dun at Race, thanks to everyone. And if there's anyone wants to connect with us and get some more feedback, please feel free to write to us. Yeah.
So we'd like to announce the winners now. I know you've all been waiting on Saturday morning since 10:30, 11-ish. So again, we just to give you a background to this, I think we've taken into account everything, and mostly it is about your suggestions and how and whatever feedback we just gave. So all of that has been taken into account. So having said that, the second runners up, like I would start off with the second runners up, and that is Shubhro Jyoti Dev. Can we have a round of applause, and can we spotlight him maybe?
Yeah, I'm inviting him to stage. Shubhro, you can come on stage. Yeah, Shubhro is here. Hi, Shubhro. Congratulations.
Hi, thank you for the yes.
Yeah, congratulations, Shubhro.
Like it was a great experience. Actually, I am in the middle of my final semester examinations, but I still managed to make the final deck and uh, luckily also get the third position. I think it was a great effort, and the kudos to the Dhan team and the TPF team for making it happen. Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it. So actually the runner-up is Shreya and Sanchit.
Okay, yeah, Sanchit is here. Yeah, Shreya and Sanchit, congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
You can tell us how you feel.
Sanchit, you're not audible.
Yeah.
So I'll start. I think we got a lot of valuable feedback, so that was great. For us, it was the first year down, like post our MBA. We used to do all of these a lot in our MBA. So I think it was the first year down post our MBA. So at first attempt, I'd say not so bad. But thank you so much for the feedback. I think we'll take it and we'll be mindful of the things that you said to us. And it got us also thinking. So we were also having a very long discussion as to, and we started researching on the same lines that we were given the suggestions. So thank you so much for taking out the time.
Okay, the final one. So congratulations to everyone. But I think all of us agreed on this team. So the winners are Meher and Prakhar.
Okay, I'm bringing them on stage.
Hi. Meher is
Hi,
traveling.
Prakhar.
She doesn't have the right kind of internet to join right now. But yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. Just a month and a half ago, I was actually Googling what is a case comp, and this is the first one I've ever participated in. Before ISB, I was actually teaching piano at a college in Mumbai called Whistling with International. So this was a very, very great learning experience for me. So thank you to the product folks team for setting it up, and thank you to Dan for the great feedback and this opportunity.
Congratulations, Prakhar, and send congratulations to Mihir as well.
Of course.
Yes. So I think we have all our winners.
That's one thing. Okay, I think from Team Dhan, we will send goodies to all the top 15 participants from our side. So we want to make sure everyone who has contributed to us in our journey, we keep them happy. So special goodies from all of us. Okay, to all the top 15 teams.
Perfect. That's great to hear. So we'll reach out to all the top 15 teams and make sure you reach the goodies. So I think that's it. We wrap another edition of Product Teardown. Adi, do you have any last words before we end the session?
No, just again wanted everyone to give a huge round of applause for the Hunt team, please. And all the participants, I think Anirudh, Pranita, and PJ pretty much covered all the accolades for the participants. But great job, everyone. Like PJ also said, none of us were as smart as all of you while studying. So taking a month, I know how much effort it takes throughout the month. We have seen your journey. Beginning from the start of May, you all have been putting in effort to create the decks, get it reviewed, get feedback, find the right kind of team members to work with, and then come on a Saturday morning, present it to one of the finest founders here in the country, and it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of courage. So thanks so much for doing it, and thanks to everyone who's attending here as well. I hope you all had a great time. Would love to catch up with everyone in person, and have a great rest of the day. See you again soon, and big thanks to the Dhan team again. So thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I think that's a wrap from our end. We will reach out to all the winners to distribute your prizes. We also have a social media challenge, so please post all your decks on social media and tag us. We'll also be announcing those winners very soon. So yes, that's a wrap from our end. Thank you so much everybody for joining in online and offline, and have a great weekend.